Welcome to the Voice Box. The Voice Box is where first-time voters speak their mind. What issues are important to you this week and why?
An important issue for me would be job opportunities and employment opportunities in the next few years, especially with lots of young people finishing uni and having all these degrees. I think it's really important that they can get a job in their field without having to be knocked back all the time and having these positions available for them.
An issue that's really important to me this election is housing affordability. I live in Melbourne and the price of rental properties is ridiculous and unaffordable for university students like me. And getting into the housing market seems an insurmountable task. When my dad first bought a house, it was $60,000. That was three times his salary at the time. Now, if I'm looking to get into an entry-level job, say starting about $50,000, and I'm going to want to buy a house in a suburb similar to the one I live in now, then the cheaper houses that aren't even that great quality at $500,000, that's almost 10 times what I'll be earning. So it's not affordable. It's not an achievable thing for young people. So I want to know what politicians are doing to make it easier for young people like me to get into the housing market and to be able to own their own home.
It would be great to hear more from our politicians this week about higher education, especially with the facts on what exactly is getting cut and what sort of support we will be getting in the future for students. It's a very important topic, especially for me as a student, and it would be great to get some clarification from our politicians.
Something I'd really like this week is a change in the way politicians are talking. I feel like instead of talking about policies that they have planned for our future, there's just always this negativity, and that's something that I'd really like to see different and change this week, change in dynamic.
The most important issue to me this week that the politicians are sort of shying away from now is gay marriage, whether or not they stand for it or whether or not they support it, just because I'm against it, and so I want to know that who I'm voting for isn't, down the track going to go, ooh, I actually support it, and then I'm like, well, I put you in power, but I didn't want that at all. So I think that's really important, and that's where honesty comes in, and what they say that they're going to do, they actually fulfill.
If you're a first-time voter and would like to be a part of this show, go to our website and sign up to the Voice Box, or send us an email to info@virginvoters.com.au.
Everyone is able to get involved with us. I mean, you don't have to be a first-time voter. Visit us at our website at VirginVoters.com.au or post something on Facebook or Twitter. We'd like to know your opinions and what's important to you. The more of us speaking, the louder it is. The louder it is, the more politicians will listen. VirginVoters.com.au. Yeah. 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 The Virgin Voters Twitter tree is where politicians serious about connecting with you, the first-time voters, follow us on Twitter and tweet telling us why we should vote for them. Here is the tree from last week. As you can see, there is no new face fruit on our Twitter tree of awesomeness, but we still have our faces from last week. And here are some tweets from the Australian Sex Party. They noticed Kevin and Tony kissing a lot of babies. They tweeted, "Anyone have a spare baby? Not for kissing, as the Australian Sex Party will only kiss consenting adults." They also tweeted, "They're so scripted and groomed. They probably don't fart without being advised about a possible voter backlash." This is why I'm glad I'm not a politician. I mean, I can say anything. Cat, dog, cactus, computer lens, screen, things, lights. See? Not scripted at all. Kevin Rudd and Tony Abbott had an awesome debate last week about political things, because I watched it. Anyway, Tony Abbott pretty much tells Kevin Rudd to shut up. That used to be my go-to comeback in high school. It actually worked a majority of the times. Someone says that you smell or you suck, you just go shut up. Can't really say anything to that. You sort of win. Anyway, Peter Beattie tweeted, "Mr. Abbott, I will never shut up about the LNP, which is the Liberal National Party, I learned that just then, health cuts in Queensland, especially at Logan and Gold Coast hospitals. 1,000 nurses lost jobs in Queensland. 1,000 nurses wandering around the place, healing people, not in hospitals. Man."
Hey, first-time voters, do you have a question you want to ask the politicians? Email it in to us, info@virginvoters.com.au.
Each week, Virgin Voters challenges politicians to be relevant and connect with us as first-time voters. Last week, we challenged Kevin Rudd to say Virgin Voters in the media, whether on TV, radio, or in the newspaper. But sadly, he didn't. He didn't. No, he didn't. And therefore, technically, he doesn't want to be relevant nor connect with us as first-time voters. Hear that, Kevin? You don't want to be relevant nor connect. Anyway, we're skimming over you. We're challenging Tony Abbott this week to say Virgin Voters in the media, whether on TV, radio, or in the newspaper. I mean, you could say it in your bathtub. Just yell it so someone can hear it. Tony Abbott, challenge is yours. Now to my fellow first-time voters and anyone else. If you see any of the political leaders mentioning Virgin Voters anywhere in the media, send it in to us. Our email is on the screen, info@virginvoters.com.au.